Hi guys, welcome back to Carport Autos. It's been a while. Still got this to contend with. Not finished yet. Still got painting to sort out, but with life and everything gets in the way. As we are now, don't know when this video is actually going to come out, but we are still in Christmas. I've still got the lights up, etc. So yeah, got like I said, it's been a while. Things are changing a little bit as such at Carport Autos HQ. Most notably on my van. As you can see, there's no livery on it anymore. That's simply because I'm going back into employment. As much as I'd love to have carried on with self-employment, it's getting harder and harder to sustain a valeting business this day and age. It's loads out there, undercutting, etc. So I've got sorry, I thought there was somebody here. Got things to bills to pay, etc. So got myself a job. Hopefully it'll work out. But obviously one thing on that is I'll be giving the van up, which is good and bad. I mean, good as in I'll be able to get myself another car. Do miss a car, but there are things to sort out on said van. Most notably, November it went in for its MOT. It did pass. It passed with flying colours, but that's because we did a lot of work to it. I didn't document it because we were on a time schedule, but basically replaced bottom arms, drop links, bottom ball joints because they're all on the way out. Gave it a full service and a brand new set of rubber all round. The guy at the MOT place said mechanically it was brilliant, so all good. But then up to that point it did need something else, something that we're going to be documenting in this video, and that is a clutch. About 6 months ago it started to go. It felt a little bit, it felt quite high, but it's starting to slip now. And you could argue that I'm selling it, I'm going to be selling it eventually, but selling it with a clutch issue, you don't get as much money for it. And for what we paid for a clutch, and we can do the replacement of it, hopefully, ourselves, we're going to tackle it. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let's crack on. And a quick update. Obviously Dave's not here at the minute and he's the mechanical side of things, so I'm just going to try and help him along a bit by doing certain bits, whatever I can. Obviously the one thing is taking battery tray out, etc. Now battery tray itself is this, which is quite easy. It should have, I'll just pop it down here and show you. It has a 10 mil, was it 13? 10 mil, two 10 mils, and then here it should be a Torx bit, but mine didn't have a Torx bit, so it's obviously been off in its life somewhere before. So just two 10 mils, and then obviously this all pops off. This is obviously the top cover for it, and then on top cover you have this, which just slides in to this bit here, so you just have to prise it out. You don't have to take any of that to bits out. Now to paint it out because it's in way, but to take this tray off you've got two, which I think might be either 12 or 13 mils, but then you've got four 13 mils here. Three of them are on the inside, but for some reason they thought three, yeah, that's not enough, we need a fourth. It's under here, you have to take wheel arch liner out. So I'm going to undo these, and then that'll be the battery tray out. And I am obviously going to clean everything up. For those of you that are looking at that and thinking that's dirty, yes, I am going to clean it up. I'm just that anal. So yeah, and then obviously that will then give us access to all the top bits, so your gear linkages, top mount for gearbox, and other bell housing bolts and what have you in there for starter motor and stuff. So when Dave comes down, obviously it'll just be a case of taking hub out, drive shaft, we'll drain it of gearbox oil first before we take the drive shaft out, otherwise we're going to have a big mess. Then it'll be undoing all the ancillary bolts. I believe there is a bar on the subframe that can be removed that we will take out, and that'll give it easier access to getting the gearbox out when it's done. Just a quick one. I haven't gone expensive because I am selling it, but I've got all my clutch kit there, my gearbox oil. Wasn't sure how much, so I just over ordered on that one. Got the right viscosity though of oil for it. And also you're saying there's some pink stuff. We are going to be doing a coolant flush, which is the only thing we didn't have time to do last time we did service, because that's just disgusting. So we're going to give it a coolant flush at the same time once we've done the clutch. So yeah, I'm making it sound right easy, but it's probably going to take us best part of a couple of days to do this, especially working on a driveway, no ramp, just axle stands. So yeah, let's crack on. Right, let's wheel off. So I just like to show you, obviously we changed tractor end, as you can see it's quite new. We changed the bottom ball joint, the bottom arm and the drop link. Everything else is fine. The discs, pads, I've got plenty of meat left on them. Discs, I've got a slight lip on them, but there were no advisory on them, so that's a good thing. So obviously we've got to take all this out. As I say, I think it's this bar here. I mean, I'll take this off and show you in a minute, but I believe it's this bar here we can take off, and that way when you take the gearbox out there, gives you more access. So yeah, let's get this under tray on, off should I say, and yeah, get that bolt that we need to get that battery tray off, and yeah, take it from there. Right, now we've got under tray off. Under tray was covering that bolt right there. You see there the other two, and the fourth one there, but hiding that one. Why they felt it necessary to put 4, I'll never know, and why they felt it necessary to put it under wheel arch beggars belief even further. This is the bar in question, which actually looks like it's, I don't know if it's had a smack looking at it from this angle. Anyway, yeah, that come out somehow. Bolt back there, I think. But yeah, so yeah, well, obviously that's Dave's department, not mine. I shall assist, but yeah, can't do it. I think what I might do, save a bit of time, is I might drain oil while I'm here as well, and then it's done and dusted out of the way. But yeah, let's crack on. Right, so here we go, all battery tray off. Obviously down here you've got gear linkages that will need unplugging. This is the mount here that will need to be undone once we've got everything, and we're at that point of doing it up, or undoing it should I say. Go underneath. Oh, sorry, I ain't got a light, I just took it away, but I drained the oil, had a look at it as it was coming out through the light, and I couldn't see any glittering particles in it, so it looks like there's no wear as such. This is the bar in question I'm talking about. I thought it had got a kink in it, and I thought I'd hit it or something, but turns out one on the other side is exactly the same, so I haven't done it. So yeah, it's on axle stands, tyres underneath it ready, draining. It's just a question of just waiting for Dave now, so yeah, we'll crack on when he comes. Right, just a quick update. I removed the part of the subframe that I will allow better access for getting that out when we get to that point. As you can see, here is where it pops in, like so there. And this is the part where it attaches to the front of the car. Now, couldn't find anywhere online how to take this off. The video I watched where it says clutch removal from a Peugeot part on a Citroen Berlingo, because it's the same car. All it says was, you need to remove this. Doesn't tell you how though. Now there's a bar that attaches underneath here, and the same on the other side. You need to remove that to allow it to come down. You can't just take it off of one side, you have to take both off. Then on this side there's another bolt you have to remove, which you have to gain access at the side here. And then you'd think there's 4, but there's actually only 3 to remove that attach it to this part here. And you have to gain these from this side. Now this side you can get access with socket. This side you have to gain a spanner. And then once you undo all that, you literally push it down and then pull it out, and then that's removed. So now we are just waiting for the legend, that is Dave, to turn up and crack on. We've got the legend that Dave is here. Again, he's told out. What we're saying, about an hour? Hour it's all done?
No.
Right, so he's going to start top wishbones and what have you, taking them out. All we've done is we just took this wire off, which obviously you need to because it's attached to the gearbox. There's a bolt here that attaches that wire here, which I'm just going to undo, which looks like a 13. Yeah, and then check it from there. Right, drive shafts are out. The next bit is we've got to starter and start cracking bell housing bolts, I believe. Isn't that right, Dave?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Oh, gear linkage.
Oh, gear linkage as well. We haven't took that off yet, so yeah, all going on relatively smooth. Right, update. We've got gear linkage off. Starter motor is off on the bottom side. It's just, is it top one to do?
Yes, I'm just trying to get that one now.
That's the one he's trying to do now. These bottom bell housing bolts are undone. Just finishing the top bell housing bolts. We've then got the support engine, and then we've got this mount to take off here. We took Slay's cylinder off as well. So yeah, it's not going as bad as we thought. I think it's bad, but not as bad as we thought. So yeah, gear update. Right, after much finagling, the gearbox is out. Obviously I'm going to get some degreasing on all this and clean this up, but if you look at the clutch, you can see down to rivets here, and so much so it's actually on the pressure plate. It starts to grind into the pressure plate a bit, so hence the reason why it's been changed. Bit of a pain to get it out, not gonna lie. We did watch a video on the old YouTube, and there were a couple of steps they forgot to tell us about, so yeah, like a couple of these where you've got these dowels and one down here, what you needed to take out, but we wasn't aware of that, so we left it in and struggled. But it's out. I think it'll be tomorrow before we put all this back together.
I think so, definitely.
But we'll be able to get flywheel cleaned up and get clutch on. And then obviously tomorrow we'll clean this up and then we'll look at getting it all back together. So yeah, but as you can see, that's on its way out as well. So yeah, let's crack on. The seat just refitting little new clutch and flywheel, putting that into position.
Not a flywheel, clutch and pressure
Sorry,
plate.
Clutch and pressure plate, I do apologise. Glad that you did there, dear. Yeah, just tightening them all up, and then tomorrow we'll look at cleaning that up, putting new
Really?
bearing in it, and then see if we can get that back in record time. Right, it's next day. It's had a mini clean. It's not had a proper clean to my usual standards, but it's got majority of that off. And as you can see under here, pressure plate, and put new clutches on. We've got some oil seals. I've just got to go and nip in and get them to change over. And yeah, now is the process of putting it all back together, which is going to be fun. Right, the legend that is Dave himself is currently under the car. The gearbox is back in. It's on its mount. We are now just plumbing everything back together. Got the bottom bolts in. He's just in the process of putting the starter motor in the rear engine mount bolt back in. Then it's the gear linkage, slave cylinder, and then putting all this back together with battery and what have you. So yeah. Right, a few days later, it was getting a bit late when we were finishing and losing light, and we needed to get it finished, but yeah, it's now snowing, but as you can see, it's moved from under the carport, so it is all done. And I'll quickly show you. I mean, the pedal's really light now. Pedal's really light now, but in reverse, and we're off. In forwards, and we're there. Yeah, so there you go. It's done. It's driven. I mean, I have took it out for a drive just to check everything out. Because throat gear's fine. As I said, clutch is the pedal's really light now, so it's all good. And obviously the reason I didn't finish any sort of filming after what the bit you just saw is because the fact it was getting late, it was getting dark, and it was getting cold. And as you can see by the snow we've got, it was getting cold. So yeah, I've got one more self-employed job booked in a couple of weeks that I got booked prior me getting a job. Luckily it's on a Saturday, so I'll be able to get that done and do that and finish that off as such. New job starts tomorrow, and then obviously once I've got that last self-employed job out of the way, I will be taking things out of this, like the tank, whatnot, and the shelving, putting it back to a bit of standard, cleaning it, and then putting it up for sale. And obviously it'll have a MOT on until November this year, 2025. Obviously new clutch service, new set of tyres, so it's all looking good for the new owner. Yes, he's got quite a few miles on it, but it'll be a nice little runabout for somebody who needs to use it. It's never let me down once, so yeah, I'll end that video here. Obviously with a new job, until I get into it, I don't know how many and how we're going to be doing cars. We've still got the Arbath to finish off, which in a couple of weeks I'm going to make a conservative effort to try and find a painter. I've got a couple of leads on a couple of painters. I don't know the work of them. That's the only downside. But yeah, so yeah, I'll end this video here. Again, as per usual, if you do enjoy these videos, please do give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment, like, subscribe and share, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.